Thursday, January 23rd, 2020. Going to recap my day trade. Had one early day trade, which is a success. I was very happy about it. And we'll look at a couple stocks I didn't get into. But I didn't. It took me a while. I actually didn't take a trade because I have been trying to trade the first 30 minutes, mainly the first 15 minutes. I've been looking at 1 minute opening range breaks, 5 minute opening range breaks, trying to get better at trading those strategies. But this trade didn't come until almost 10 o'clock. It was 9:54. I took it, and it was YUMC. Now, YUMC is a China stock, and because of all the news with the coronavirus, stocks have been kind of going crazy today. A lot of China stocks have been moving. You had also casino stocks moving as a result, especially casinos that do business out in Asia. So a lot of movement. There's some earnings as well today. But for the most part today, I was just focused on the early part of the day, trying to trade MU again because it did pop up in my pre-market scan, and I'll just look at that really quick. There really wasn't anything I could trade. It was a short, I just couldn't get it. Especially this topping tail told me in the first 5 minutes that it was possibly going to just reject both the 200 moving average on this 1 minute chart and the VWAP, and I almost got in here at like 60.25 area. I probably would have set my stop all the way. It had to have been like a 20-cent stop, which would have been kind of big for me. That's like the highest that I usually set my stop, unless I really reduce my shares. So 60.25, I didn't take it, but you can see it did go all the way down to 59.14. So it would have been a really nice short if you had it. I'm more comfortable going long on MU just because that's how I've been successful with it. So I was watching today. It was in my pre-market scan. I couldn't make a trade. It wasn't very pretty, but if you just played this based on the moving averages here, the 200 moving average and the VWAP, you probably could have gotten in a nice short if you got it in here. It was a nice, kind of almost like almost a wedge here, moving down. You probably even could have gotten at the low of the open here, 60. Maybe when it broke 60, you probably could have taken it because that was below the pre-market highs and lows. So 59.99, you still could have taken down almost $1. But I just didn't have and especially since the SPY was down, the market's been down, so I just didn't have the guts to do that. But that would have been a nice trade. But yeah, like I said, YUMC, the China stock, I did take. So this popped up it's popping up everywhere. It's in my gappers up down list, but I think I saw it in my this is basically that was a top list, trade ideas top list I've designed. But this is basically just the alert list of that top list. A little couple changes, so I get a few different alerts, but I'm pretty sure YUMC showed up early on. Yeah, so you can see right here at 9:35. So it was down big. You could see from the daily chart that it's been hurting because of the virus news out there. So big drop 3 days ago, 2 days ago I should say. And it was still red yesterday, and then a bit dropped. Now, it was really interesting to me because it was near the 200 moving average, which is so significant. And I love when stocks gap through them or near them because that usually means there's going to be some movement. You just got to find out which way the stock is going to be moving and go with it. And sometimes it goes through it and then bounces back, so you can get two movements out of it. And that's what actually happened today. I didn't take the first one. All those sounds are alerts going off right now. But you could see from the open, right actually before the open, a couple minutes before, it started dropping, and then 9:30, big red candle, right? It went from like 55.03 all the way down to 44.34. So a big drop, and it was below VWAP, you could see. Came back to VWAP, rejected it, so you probably could have tried taking another short here. 44.29, could have gotten it all the way down to about 43.88. So not a tremendous drop, but enough to get a little bit out of it. It's a couple 2-bar pullback and a drop here, but then you could see it was holding this level, and it started moving back up. Now, the 200 moving average on that daily chart is at 44.45. It was actually 44.44 before, but it's actually pulled itself up a little because of the way it's moved right now. So I was watching it as it was holding VWAP. See how it regained VWAP, kind of fought with it a little bit here, then started moving up off of VWAP. That's when I got in. I got in at 44.54, took a little less shares just because it was moving a lot, and I wanted to set my stop. I said 44.40, but I really thought I could hold it if it just holds VWAP, which was 44.36. But that was still almost a 20-cent stop for me, which was kind of a lot. But it did start moving up, and I partialed out a little bit at 44.74, so I got a nice 20-cent gain right away. and then I waited and it shot right through my first target, and I was able to get a little bit out at 44.86 for a 32-cent gain on the remaining shares, a little bit more than half. I took out less than half here, slightly less than half, and then the rest of it here. So this nice little move was what I was hoping for once it held VWAP. And when you look at the 15-minute chart, you could see that as it was moving back, I was hoping it was going to recover this big bar here at 9:30, the first 15-minute bar, and come back to this moving average at the 10 AMA on this 15-minute chart. I thought maybe it had enough had enough strength to do that. So that's why when I got in, I was looking to get out some shares here, some shares here. If it shot through, I was going to keep holding it until just move like a trailing stop up. But I ended up taking out all of my shares on the second move. So that worked out well. Nice. These two green bars were great. It moved up off VWAP like I had hoped, and once it started moving with a little bit less volume than it had here, you see it had a big volume burst here. That was another reason I got in. When you see a big volume pop here and the stock starts moving up after that, that's kind of a signal that it's starting to gain strength and it can keep moving up. Now it's just fighting now with my two moving targets, but we'll see what happens. I think it could actually recover, and when you look at the daily chart, it could make a move back to this moving average, the 50 SMA. I wouldn't count on it. There's still some resistance here. It could always collapse and go right back down through the 200 moving average here. So I'll have to wait and see. I'm done playing it today, and I'll be done today. I'm going to be just scanning now for any kind of late day trades, but probably taking it pretty easy for the rest of the day. Maybe look at some swing opportunities, but yeah, we're coming in at the end of the week here. So this is a great trade. I loved it. It's a VWAP trade, essentially. That's really what it is. So it worked out well. Hope everyone had a good day trading today. Stay green, and remember, follow your rules. Oh, see, now it's moving up. So I can't get too upset that I didn't take any remaining shares, because I really got a nice move out of this. So if it gets back up to 45, we'll see what happens. So good luck.